Darkness was descending in the desert as Formula One got its first taste of night racing in Bahrain. The Sakhir circuit is celebrating its 10th anniversary by holding a race under the floodlights for the first time. Lewis Hamilton was fastest in FP1 and he picked up where he left off, setting the quickest time ahead of Mercedes teammate Nico Rosberg.
Whoa! Pastor Maldonado catches some air in the Lotus and bits of bodywork fly around everywhere. Maldonado ran wide and woof! Ripped the Botticelli out of that one, no doubt about it at all.
As drivers began to push, their cars started to give way. Max Chilton suffering a front left brake disc failure on his Marussia.
What on earth just happened there? I just had a complete failure of drive and power and locked the rear axle, and then as soon as I've stopped, it's restarted.
Adrian Sutil's Sauber and Marcus Ericsson's Caterham also stopped late on, but there were no problems for the Mercedes, who looked dominant over one lap and were quickest again during their race simulation runs.
Hey there guys, over here today bringing my F1 2014 Ultra Modded Career Mode Episode 3, Round 3 from the Bahrain Grand Prix, or technically Episode 22 of the whole F1 2014 Career Mode. I still wanted to keep it as a whole Career Mode, so this is technically still Season 2 of our whole Career Mode. Just if and when we get to Season 3, I want to make sure that's still kept as Season 3, but you know the drift. It's still an Ultra Mod Career Mode season, and we're here starting from 22nd place as always in this career mode. And you saw the story of practice there, and now we're going to the setup. And quickly here we've got a new livery for the Bahrain Grand Prix. As you can see definitely on the chassis, on the top, on the T-cam, we've got that new Red Bull logo, and we've got my sponsors Thrustmaster on the car, and also GT Omega there as well, so that's quite nice. Going through the setup now, quite an aggressive setup, but you saw the story of qualifying. Maldonado had a huge crash, and I had one of my own. This was in practice, and it was an absolute huge one. Bigger than Maldonado's one. Just a very huge moment. Very, very, very dangerous stuff. I don't know how the hell I lived through that. That was a very huge crash up in the air, doing a 360 in the air. So a huge crash in practice. That's something we want to avoid in the race. So we'll be looking to stay off those curbs definitely in the race. But as we go into the strategy, we're going for an prime option. So it looks like to be the fastest strategy. Get the prime tire out of the way. But let's go onto the track for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Of course, a night race now for the 2014 season. Some very exciting stuff. So let's go onto the grid for round 3 of the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's time to have a desert duel. So here we go on the grid for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Under the floodlights this year, 57 laps. It's quite a long Grand Prix. Here we go, we have to be careful into turn 1, but going to 5 red lights, and we are off, and we're going to have to be careful of turn 1, a very sharp turn 1. It's sort of like, goes back on itself like a hairpin into turn 2, so we're going to have to be careful. Chilton right ahead of us in 21st place. His ERS light is flashing. We're going to try go down the inside of some of these cars. There's been a crash there. The Caterham losing his front wing on the Marussia Bianchi, I think, going down the inside of Gutierrez, now around the outside of Maldonado on his right-hand side. Maldonado having a very poor turn 2 there, now behind his teammate Romain Grosjean in the second Lotus. We're going down to the braking zone. Very tricky turn. We all kind of bunch up together. It's like a traffic jam almost, and the Toro Rosso nearly clips off my front wing there. Kvyat getting very close to me, but trying to go down the inside. It's not going to work. He's squeezing me out. Fair play to him, the Russian in the Toro Rosso, squeezing me out there. So we have to settle down for 14th place down to the hairpin corner now, coming through to the next section. Very tricky left-hander coming up. Very easy to lock up here. We're going to try around the outside, maybe against Danny Kvyat. Can we maybe try it? No, go down the inside now, switch back, and we've made the move stick. And we're up to 13th place now. That was actually a really nice move. Did a little switch back, went around the outside, then did the dummy down in the inside of that corner. Didn't lock up, and a really nice move for 13th place there. It's up to 13th now onto lap 2 we're behind his teammate, Jean-Eric Vergne now. No DRS activated yet, that's on lap 3, but we're getting the slipstream now of the sister Red Bull team. He shouldn't make it too much of a fight as we are the sister Red Bull team, but he's actually going to try and fight us still going side by side. He just gets ahead of us just about, but now we should have the traction, and he actually lets us through there, so he may have got the radio call to let us through, because being the sister team, they don't want to hold up the the more senior team. Now here onto lap 3, we're going to try and overtake Sergio Perez around the left-hand side of him. Had to go onto the sand kind of tarmac bit. It looks like sand. It's actually just tarmac painted beige. So we're on the left-hand side of him. He didn't give us too much room, so we had to kind of make our own room there on the curb. But now we cut onto lap 4 behind Kimi Räikkönen, up to 11th place now. So we're just outside the points-paying positions, and we're behind the Iceman in the Ferrari. Let's see what we can do here. Can we maybe make a move around the outside? Didn't really actually think about making that move. I wasn't planning on making that move, but I had to sort of dive out the way of Räikkönen. Otherwise I would have crashed my front wing out, and I kind of just made the move stick anyway. So very odd move there. Didn't really think I was going to make that. But now on to Kevin Magnussen now. Can we get him with DRS? I don't think so. No, we don't have the speed right now at the moment with DRS. Into the corner now, we're getting on him a tiny bit. It looks like we definitely have the superior downforce on the McLaren, but the Mercedes engine in the back of that car is working well for Magnussen down the straight. Can we get him down the inside? No, we can't. We've gone purple there, but in front of us there's been a bit of a scrap. Button's been squeezed out by a car, so now Magnussen's on the back of his teammate there. Can we maybe try and take one of them as they try and maybe battle each other? Going down to the last corner here, round the outside of Magnussen. He makes it very easy for us. Maybe have some sort of issue as he goes even behind Räikkönen, so he's definitely got some sort of issue there as he falls back massively there, so he may have had a spontaneous engine failure or something like that. I'm not too sure. But now on to lap 5. As you can see, we can't really catch Button too much with DRS. Under braking though, we do catch him quite a bit, but on the DRS, just on pure straight line speed, we didn't get him. But now, as we can see ahead of us, Massa has been squeezed out by someone, and now he's being harried and hustled by Jenson Button. Can we try and get maybe both of them here as we go to the next corner on the right-hander? Who's going to falter? It looks like it'll be Button. He goes down my inside. Räikkönen takes him as well, so Button is dropped 2 places. Of both McLarens having issues there as we get on the curb very aggressively on the exit. Getting on the exit curb there, just lost the rear a little bit, so we had to try and control it. Thankfully, we didn't lose the place to Räikkönen, and yet again on that exit curb as well, having to move the steering wheel left and right just to correct it. But now coming on to lap 6, we're still in 8th place, so thankfully didn't lose the place to Räikkönen. But now, speaking of behind us, Button is now overtaken Räikkönen. He's going to try and overtake us here with DRS on lap 6, and he's got us very easily. Button for 7th place there. I don't know why I said 6th. Button there for 8th place has got us. So yeah, very easy move for him with the DRS and the Mercedes engine powering him along. He was able to easily get us. So yeah, quite good to see the AI aren't afraid of fighting us this race, it seems like. It looks like Buttonhead is actually going to try and overtake Massa as well. So he may have to try and stick behind Button, maybe follow him through to overtake these cars, because he's looking like he's very punchy indeed. As we try to maybe make a move on Button there, going around the outside, going to do the switch back again down the inside now. Can we get him? We didn't get a very good exit. He's still there side by side here on the left-hander. Can we try and get him around the outside? I think we may have just got him. No, he sticks it down the inside. Still side by side. This is awesome battling here with Jenson Button. We're still side by side. Can we get him? No. Looks like he's got the speed on us. Has he got DRS? He has got DRS. He's got DRS from Massa up ahead. Going to try and maybe overtake him down the inside. We've crashed him. Oh my god. Oh, no. We've crashed. We've lost our front wing. We've got a puncher there. Just... you could see that I tried to make the move down the inside. I just left it a bit too late, and also he started to move across left to take the apex, which I wasn't ready for. So we've got a puncher there and no front wing. So the safety car is out now. I think Button retired and maybe parked in an odd place, so the safety car is out for that. It wasn't out for me. I think it was out for Button, who parked it maybe a bit awkwardly. But oh my god, that's very annoying. We're gonna have to come into pits now and make effectively an extra pit stop, because the tyres won't go that long. So we're going to have to go into the prime tyres now. The safety car period may help us a bit, but here we go for the front wing change. Thankfully, we haven't had a crash like we saw in practice, but that was a very frustrating crash. Entirely my fault. I should have seen Button coming, but we're going to have to take it on the chin. Down to 16th place, so almost last place, because there's only 18 runners now in the Grand Prix, as some people have retired from the beginning of the race. But the safety car is out, so that will hopefully you know, obviously let us bunch up to the pack and hopefully make our tyres go a little bit longer. Only a few laps though, we're talking. So here onto lap 8, the safety car is coming in. As you can see, the green lights are out. Here we go, Ericsson in front of us in 15th place. We're in 16th. Let's go on the restart as we get off, and a very poor exit. You know, the AI are very weird on the restarts. They are very slow on the exit, so it's very hard to get a good restart start. But now here we go in the slipstream. Ericsson, no DRS, remember, it's been disabled, but just on pure pace of both our Renault engines. Obviously the Red Bull one being the works Renault team, probably the engine is working a bit better. We're able to get Ericsson just on pure pace there, up to 15th place on lap 9. So now we cut later on to the next lap, lap 10. As you can see, Ericsson and both Lotus bunched up. Looks like there's been some sort of battling going on. Grosjean going very slowly. He's got no front wing, so he may have been lopped off by Maldonado, his teammate, or maybe even Ericsson, maybe Gutierrez, sorry. And we're going down the inside of Gutierrez, try to get him, but no, Gutierrez completely got us there on the soft tyres, just went too right on the inside, got onto the tarmac a bit, and now we're going to try and overtake Gutierrez. Can we maybe go down the inside? We're going to maybe try. Nope, no. I thought I was maybe going to try and move down the inside, but no, we've stuck behind him. Maybe try and make a move down here, maybe down the inside, all around the outside. We're going to try around the outside. Gutierrez still there. Can we try the switch back? We've hit the bollard. Hopefully, thankfully, we've not broken our front wing there. That was very strange. But we've overtaken Gutierrez there for 13th place. But yeah, that was a very weird incident. We kind of hit the bollard, but it didn't break our front wing, which is kind of strange. So we're sort of lucky in that way. And we lost it on the auto spin curb there. That was very odd on the left-hander, the auto spin curb on the right hand on the outside. Thankfully, we didn't crash out there on auto spin curb. That would have been even more frustrating if the auto spin curb had done something. And now down the inside of Maldonado, very late move there on lap 11 to try and take Maldonado's 12th place here. He's still ahead of us, going around the outside of him on the exit of turn 2. We've got 12th place now from Maldonado, but yeah, I didn't even realise we were going to make that move. A very late call there from myself to make the move down the inside on lap 11. And we're up into 12th place now. So just outside the points, you know, we've got the two Toro Rosso cars again ahead of us. So we're going to try and re-overtake them to get back in the points-paying positions. So Kvyat here in front of us, the Russian in the sister Red Bull team. Obviously, hopefully they don't make it too hard for us. We're going to try maybe go down the inside of Kvyat. He's going to give us some room. Maybe he's been radioed in to give us some room there, some extra room being the sister team. But he's still very much there. So he's going to still try and make the move, but no use. He backs off there. So no harm done. Really, it's basic stuff with the Toro Rosso guys. They're not going to make a fuss because obviously at the end of the day, my bosses pay their paychecks, so they're not going to make it too hard for me to overtake them, even though they are trying to do the best they can. They are effectively the Red Bull they are the Red Bull B team, so they're not going to make too much of a fuss as we try and go around the outside of Vern, switch back to the inside, and that's kind of just going with the racing line in the corner really, and we've made the move stick for 10th place. Easy move there on Vern. Both Toro Rossos go without any qualms, so we're in the points-paying positions once again. But oh my god, Hamilton does a 132.2. My best lap is a 134 dead. So Hamilton really flexing the muscles there. I don't think we're going to be able to catch the Mercedes this race, boys, unless they crash out. So fingers crossed if that can happen. But you know, for now, Hamilton is really flexing the muscles. But now we can't to lap 17, quite a bit into the Grand Prix now. And you can see we're still in 10th place. We caught up to Sergio Perez. It's taken some time to catch up to Perez. The Force India has had some good pace, as I think Hulkenberg is in the top 5. So Hulkenberg doing a good job all round this weekend like he did last weekend. But now we've cut to a replay camera because we actually gained 2 positions there. We're up to 8th place, and you can see on the right hand side of the screen, that's a Williams out. So Williams has crashed out with someone else because we are now up to 8th place now as we cut back into the live action. So up to 8th place from 10th. So the Williams has crashed with someone. I'm not too sure who, but we're up to 8th place now. Perez is up to 7th, and now coming on to lap 18, people are in the pits now for their first pit stop. What will be their first pit stop? I've already made 1 pit stop. We're probably going to have to make 1 extra one compared to all the AI, so that's a bit unfortunate. So we've gone to lap 23 now, locking up quite a bit on the rear, and we've lost the rear. The rear stepped out, and Hulkenberg is right behind us. He's going to try and overtake us. He's on fresh option tyres. We're up to 3rd place at the moment because everyone else has made their pit stop. We haven't made our second one yet, but Hulkenberg goes around the outside, very close stuff there, just about gets me. I had to leave in the room, otherwise my front wing would have got lopped off. So he's up to 3rd place at the moment. I'm in 4th. I'm going to stick behind him here on lap 23, onto lap 24. In fact, opening the DRS, coming try and get him on the left-hand side of him, going onto the grass. No, my God, no! We've crashed into him, and we've lost our front wing. What on earth? Oh my god, we've crashed again. We've lost our front wing again. Thankfully no puncture that time, but oh my god, that was again another annoying one. And we're going to look at a replay now, slow-mo replay of what happened there. So I moved left a bit too much, got onto the grass, and simply by getting onto the grass and trying to move back with the DRS open, my car was very unstable. And Hulkenberg was far too close to me for comfort, and I just crashed into him. So unfortunate there. Yet again, I'm going to hold up my hand. That was technically my fault. You know, maybe Hulkenberg could have given me a bit more room, because I did make it clear I wanted to go on the left-hand side of him. But there you go. He didn't really have to give me the room. I could have easily gone to the right-hand side, but I wanted to go to the left to try and get the inside line for turn 2. And I just turned a bit too much into the grass. The grass put me off a bit, and I had to try and turn back onto the track. And that inadvertently made me turn into Hulkenberg. So unfortunate there. I'm sort of kind of just stabbing myself in the foot this race twice now. As you can see, though, we're in 8th place right now at the moment behind Sergio Perez, and so to be honest, we didn't lose too much time as we got into lap 35. It's taken us 10 laps to catch back up to Perez, but before the pit stops we were behind Perez anyway, so we didn't actually lose any positions by crashing our front wing off. All we did was lose time to Perez, because before we were about a 1 second behind Perez, and coming out on lap 25 we were a good 10 seconds behind, so it took 10 laps to gain back that 10 seconds. We're going very fast, gaining on him about 8/10 a lap. So we've done well to catch Perez back up. Now onto lap 35, as you can see there, we're right behind under his gearbox, trying to hustle and harry him to try and make a mistake maybe. But here we go, we got no DRS as well, as you can see on the right-hand side of our screen. So that even, you know, didn't help as well. But, you know, we got behind Perez on lap 34 and we couldn't overtake him then. And so here on lap 36, we overtaken him just because he's gone to the pits now. But onto lap 40, we have to make our pit stop now. So into the pits now for our final stop for the option tyres. So will we be out in front of Perez? I'm not too sure. My pace was very good to catch up to him from lap 25 to 35. So hopefully if we've kept the pace going up till lap 40, we could technically, you know, come out ahead of him. Let's see on the mini-map. I think that dot in the distance is Perez, so I think we may just about get him. So we're going now to the exit of the pit lane. Here we go. Perez, I think we'll just about get him coming out the pits now, down the straight. And here we go into turn 1. And we'll just about get Perez there. He's in our mirrors. He's on the prime tyres, in fact. He's on warm prime tyres. He's been on those for a few laps now. So he may be able to jump us here because we're on cold option tyres. Here we go. He's going on the left-hand side of the track. Will he try and make the move around the outside of this next turn? He's going to try it. We're going wheel to wheel here. Going to give him the room going down the inside. He's not there, I think. I think we're just going to squeeze him out. Just about squeezed him out there. You can see in the mirrors he was technically still there. Just had his nose in. But we've just about got him there for 6th place now. So now cutting on to lap 47. We've tried to gain the gap on Perez now. We've really used the option tyres to good use. We've had great pace, to be honest. And, you know, if it wasn't for the crashes, we may have been a bit further up. Maybe in, you know, at least in 5th or maybe even 4th. So we'll see about that. But we've really pushed the gap from Perez now. We got away from him. But now we're closing down Raikkonen. He's only 4.1 seconds ahead of us. We've got some back markers now getting out of the way with blue flags ahead of us. We've got Grosjean there in the Lotus with blue flags, and another Lotus, I think, of Maldonado there. There we go. And now Raikkonen ahead of us. Raikkonen, he's going to the pits now. So Raikkonen having some huge issues there. He's gone to the pits. He's gifted us 5th place there. So great stuff there. Thank you very much, Raikkonen. He's made a very, very late pit, so I'm not too sure. Maybe he had a crash with the back markers. I'm not too sure. But he's gifted us 5th place there, so we will take that. After all we've had this race with the 2 outings, the extra pit stop, we are going to come through for 5th place. We're 1 lap down from the leaders, so we didn't have the pace to win. Definitely not today. Even without the crashes, Lewis Hamilton's pace was just on it, and he lapped us. So, you know, that just shows the pace he had today. So even without the crashes, I don't think we could have maybe got the win. But, you know, we've done well to get 5th place with those crashes. So, you know, our teammate got 3rd, so we could have maybe been in another podium if not for those incidents. But 5th place, I think, is a very good recovery. Obviously, there you can see I got a 10-second penalty as well from the crash with Button, but thankfully we got 10 seconds on Raikkonen and Perez, so we stay in 5th place. So that was a very good race, actually, to be honest. You know, the crashes, yeah, I gotta say, you know, I could have done better to avoid them, but that's, you know, that's why the realistic damage mod is there. You know, without the realistic damage mod, I probably could have got away with both those incidents. But that is exactly why we've installed that mod. So that was a really fun race, actually, trying to come back from, you know, what was at least 16th place on the safety car restart. So a really nice fun race, actually, to try and overtake the AI, come back at them. And right now we're level on points with Lewis Hamilton, but we're second in the championship due to Hamilton's results. So second in the championship, not too bad there on round 3. We've got a long way to go, a long season, 19 race season, so plenty to go now, guys. But if you guys did enjoy that video, then do give it a like. Comment below on what you thought. You guys have smashed the likes for episode 1 and 2 so far. Can we do it again for episode 3? Let's try. So give it a like if you did enjoy it. Comment below what you thought once again of that race. Yeah, my bad on the crashes, but you know, did you enjoy that race? A lot of good overtakes, some really nice ones, especially on Kvyat. I really like the one at the start on Kvyat. But if you guys did enjoy that, then yeah, do give it a like. Subscribe if you're new around here for F1 2014 weekly content. I've been over. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time.